Hello, it's February 4th, 2025. I just completed The Art of War by Sun Tzu, and it's 155 pages, 54, I guess, 154. It's a pretty quick read. The thing that's kind of weird about this book is, where you read a page and there'll be an occasional footnote at the bottom that's likely small? There's footnotes in this that are like an entire page. And in general, you'll get one little line that Sun Tzu wrote right here, and then a big old footnote underneath it. And a lot of the footnote stuff is over the top. You don't really need it. So you can kind of read the numbered lines that were Sun Tzu's statements and then skip a lot of footnotes if you want to. If you want to be a glutton for punishment, then you can read all the footnotes. They really dive deep into his supposed basis of that theory, and whether they're accurate or not, I don't really know. And some of the references are so old that I wouldn't even know who these other people are in the first place. In addition to that, I'll read you a little excerpt on the back. It basically, I'm going to make this shorter than the full thing. So one of the central ideas in The Art of War is the concept of winning without direct conflict, strategic maneuvers, psychological tactics, and diplomacy. Though it is a classic work on military strategy, that's the truthful part of the statement, its principles have been widely applied beyond the battlefield and are often considered relevant to other areas of life, including business leadership and personal development. Well, I'll tell you, this book right here is not Business 101, it's not Psychology 101, and not Leadership 101. If you had to read 25 of his numbered lines in a row, perhaps one of them will be psychological as to how to lead a group of persons or one person, and how perhaps leading one person is no different than leading an army full of people. There are a few of these things that are interesting that can be applied to modern day life. And like I say, if you're an avid reader, it's still worth reading it, but just don't expect it to be a major strategy book for the office or anything of that sort, or for business life. Most of it is things like, if your men are going to find a place to camp, make sure it's the hard ground instead of the soft ground, because soft ground contains things that'll make them ill, and the hard ground doesn't. And if you're going to pull your chariot into battle, then this and that and this and that. And most of us are not fighting chariot battles, and we're not using fire to burn encampments and things of that nature. Most of this type of warfare is now irrelevant and outdated. And obviously, if you live in a major country of the world, you have a military force in place that's there and designed to protect you, and you're not so much involved. And this doesn't really go into like street combat where you'd have to, negotiate with another party or anything like that, or it does not go into hand-to-hand combat or anything of that nature. So for the most part, it is organized warfare that is obsolete, with an occasional psychological note on how to motivate or control a group of people and prevent them from going AWOL or just giving up or whatever. So it's okay. I wouldn't recommend it to the mass people, but if you're interested in perhaps history or government structures, or you're interested in martial arts, maybe you might like this. But for most people, it's probably a pass.